So first things first, before I do all the introductions and titty boots like that, I had a live commentated match with this before I went to my trip, and it looks like the file's gone. So I searched everything, I tried to find it. Turns out I accidentally deleted it, because I wiped out my entire old recordings, and apparently it got caught up in there and I forgot to drag it on the desktop. So unfortunately, I apologize for this first week's match not being live. They will all be live from now on. I felt a little bad because the first match, you know, of all the hype built up for it isn't live, so I apologize about that. My reactions won't be as crazy as they was before, but let's talk about his team first off. First thing first though, give the video a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying. Comment down below which team you're rooting for, as well as your thoughts on this match. Battling PK Sparks, the Philadelphia for Alligators, Mike, the Philadelphia for Masturbators. Yeah, cock, phallus, penis, cock. I'm sorry, I wanted to say all that because he's a PG-13, yes, PK-13 channel where he doesn't do any of that, so really decided to get all that out of my system. But first things first, he does not bring the Vivillon. I was really surprised why he didn't bring the Vivillon, because the Vivillon does, you know, rampage. You know, once it gets off a quiver dance, it rampages, you know? It just rampages. But he did bring the Gator, Garchomp, Snorlax, Skarmory, and Mega Sceptile. I expected all of that. The last one, he brought a Steelix. I really did not understand two Steel types. I expected him to actually bring either Vivillon or Talonflame in that spot. Hell, maybe even Jinx. Yeah, but I guess PK's team lacks special attackers, so we're gonna get into this match. I'm just gonna get into the match now, and you guys are gonna see how this match went. He does some interesting things, you know. Like, I'm not talking about like, yo, cool. I'm talking about like, you would never see this. You would not. I can't get my train of thoughts. You'll see how it's really interesting. I go for the Scald, okay? Expected a Steelix lead first off. He Brave Birds turn 1. My man is crazy, dude. Who Brave Birds turn 1? I guess since my Keldeo is such a big threat against his team, but I really thought that he was going to lead off with the Steelix. And, you know, I really was hoping that he would go for the rocks. He just doesn't, as he just Brave Birds. So since he did that, I'm like, all right, PK. He has this really reckless play. And PK's usually a safe player, but I guess he's going really all-out reckless with this UCL. So I'm just going to expect him to do that again, which he does. And yeah, he just got that off. But I am unfortunately a minus speed nature because I don't want to have any defense stats being lowered. So I unfortunately will not be able to outspeed this thing, as he's gonna get up free rocks now. So he pretty much almost killed my Keldeo and got a free rock. So straight off the bat, things are looking good for him though. But he does leave it in, so he can't defog. And the last mon that could have actually gotten rid of hazards on his team was the Skarmory. Now I do something a little bit peculiar with how getting rid of his Pokemon that can get rid of hazards. So he's gonna Mega Evolve with the Sceptile here. I'm really not too worried about this thing. I figuring that he probably thinks that I'm Assault Vest, so I'm just gonna stand Flamethrower again, because he actually reveals a substitute. So I'm assuming he's sub 3 attacks. Giga Drain, Focus Blast, Dragon Pulse. I'm assuming. I revealed the Acid Spray here really early. I kind of expected him to go out to the Snorlax because Thick Fat, you know, it makes sense. I just really predicted Snorlax a lot, and he doesn't usually use the best of his ability for the Snorlax. You know, he doesn't, but this is too obvious here, so I'm going to switch it up a bit because this Steelix play was really obvious. So I'm going to go for the Flamethrower. I'm looking at that damage. He's definitely got to be AV. So I'm gonna go for it again, as I do get a crit here, and that crit definitely matters. You can see from the first roll, he definitely would have lived with about like 20%. I don't think he would have really done much to me though. I don't think the crit really mattered because that Steelix cannot touch me in any way. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna Volt Switch on here though. I could have knock off, but I'm expecting him to be Assault Vest because every Snorlax that I fought is especially defensive. Crazy Explosion set or Assault Vest. So I'm gonna get out of here, go out to my Keldeo. Just in case, because I don't know if he's going to explode or not, you know? So he's going to Body Slam, which he does, and it's going to be able to take me out. So I'm not worried about that at all. Why would I think he explode? You're probably wondering, why would you expect him to explode? Because I'm battling PK fucking Sparks, dude. He does some weird shit. So I'm trying to play like PK Sparks, you know? You got to understand your opponent's playing style, or else you cannot predict what they're going to do, all right? But it is, you know, fairly obvious that he's probably going to go out into the Sceptile. He actually stays in though, you know, and I kind of caught him on that, you know, because I just didn't want him to set up a sub. You would sub on the Sceptile, so now I'm kind of fearing, all right, PK, you're probably going to do some whack shit and run some more sub on everything. You go for the C-Bomb, no, pop my balloon, unfortunate now though, because I cannot wall this Garchomp now. So I'm going to get out of here and go out to Big Boss, which is my Electros. Now expecting the Sceptile, as he does not go out to the Sceptile. PK, what are you doing? I'm just so confused with his playing style, you know? It's like he didn't go out to the Sceptile. So I'm gonna knock off here because I'm like, alright, you know what, fuck it, he's not gonna go out to the Sceptile. As he does just go for the Body Slam. He can't paralyze me, I'm not worried. I'm just hoping he doesn't get a crit or anything like that. He doesn't get a crit, which is good for me, you know? I'm a full switch here. I know he's gonna live this because Snorlax, but he wasn't AV. We actually saw leftovers if you guys saw that earlier. So it wasn't AV, he was just leftovers. All offensive leftovers, not just all offensive leftovers. But I'm a physically defensive Rocky Helmet Shaman, and looking at that damage input, I now unfortunately will not be able to live a +1 Sheer Force boosted Ice Punch, which is the entire plan on even bringing this Shaman set, was to wall that Feraligatr, and Feraligatr +1 Sheer Force Adamant, or Jolly does 65 as Adamant does 85, so I'm basically guaranteed to live either way. And since I do get the Rocky Helmet off on that, I'm guaranteed to take him out as a Seed Flare with no investment at all. So that was the plan, but unfortunately I let this thing get withered down too much to the point where now Gator is really free to kind of do some work. I didn't use the best ability of my Keldeo. So the two mons that really stopped the Gator, the Keldeo, and the Shaman really are not looking too good right now. They're not, but you know, I'm not expecting him to sub up here. I'm expecting him to just attack me, which he does. He goes for the Hidden Power, and I'm assuming it's Hidden Power Ice since I resist it. I don't think it's Fire, but either way, he probably didn't expect him to be Scarfed Entei, and I only ran Scarfed Entei just for this Mega Sceptile. So there goes the Mega Sceptile now. Boom, bam, goodbye, sayonara. Here goes Mega Sceptile. He's gonna bring out the Gator here. Free setup fodder right here. I knew that if I was to bring in the Entei and take out the Mega Sceptile, that it's easy setup fodder right in here for his Feraligatr. I knew this. I expected this. So I hard switched out into my Shaman just in case he didn't set up and he wanted to be he wanted to waterfall, you know, just in case, but he didn't. He just sets up, which is fairly obvious. He's going to go for the Ice Punch here. And unfortunately, since my Shaman is below 65%, I will not be able to live the Ice Punch. But I was able to get off the Rocky Helmet damage. So, unfortunate enough, the one Pokemon that I really build heavy for this thing, really unfortunate. Now, what's really weird about this is he doesn't Dragon Dance again. You know, that's what really caught me off guard. That's why I never brought in my Alomomola on the Feraligatr, because I'm like, all right, this is free Dragon Dance setup fodder. I'll get sweep, GG no Reap. But he doesn't set up to the max. Like, he had every opportunity to just go for another Dragon Dance here and just sweep my entire team. The Keldeo and Shaman are both gone, and the thing is setup fodder. So really, he could have just Dragon Dance. He makes a weird play here and swaps out into the Garchomp. I didn't understand this play at all. I really just actually didn't understand this play at all. Maybe expected a switch or something. Maybe going out to my Excadrill, but why would I go out to Excadrill? So I really did not understand this play at all. So I'm going to get off the Wish here, and I know that I can take a hit, but I'm going to be that ballsy guy. Go out to my Electros. Maybe he might go for the Earthquake. Wink, wink. But no, he doesn't. He just Dragon Claws, so... but I knew that he was Scarfed, you know? Seeing Dragon Claw, I was like, alright, you know what? He's either... I don't see any Life Orb recoil. I don't see any leftovers. He could even be Rocky Helmet, though. That's why I was risky about it, because Dragon Claw. But I was really, you know, confident that he was going to be a Choice Scarfed Garchomp, because I know PK wasn't going to go with some weird Garchomp set. He was just going to go with the basic standard Scarf Garchomp set. But this does let me to get free Rune Knot on my rocks. I probably could have just Earthquaked right there, but I guess I went for my rocks kind of to see that if he was Choice Scarfed or not. And yeah, he is obviously Choice Scarfed, as you can see from him swapping out. Now, what's going to suck here is he does get a crit. I guess it sucks. I would have guaranteed lived that crunch. But I guess the crit makes up for me critting a Steelix, so it makes up for it. So I wasn't too upset about that. It just makes the game a lot closer. I'm going to come out to my Entei here now, though. and I'm just gonna get a Flare Blitz off. I know that these type of Feraligatrs don't run Aqua Jet. I know that they don't. So Flare Blitz does do more damage than Extreme Speed. For anybody asking right now, it's Adamant Scarf. So Flare Blitz does more damage than E-Speed on the Feraligatr, which is why I went for the Flare Blitz. I had Stone Edge, but I really needed the damage. With the Toxic roll, I really needed the damage over potentially missing and this thing just kind of running through, you know? Because then I can kind of stall it down before he gets up enough Dragon Dancers on my Alomomola. So this thing just changed the game. This Feraligatr is easily the biggest threat against my team, this and the Vivillon, which is why I was so surprised he didn't bring it. Because I had safety goggles on my Electros, so I was prepared for that Vivillon. But yeah, he's now withered down to the point where he can't get any Dragon Dances off, and I was really scared if he was going to get the defense drop here. Thank Base God, thanks Base Blizzes, he does not. And I'm going to get the Wish off as he's going to perish to his death, and the Garchomp can just be taken down quickly. So some things that I wanted to talk about though with my mess ups is I put up the rocks really late game. I was able to remove the mon that removes rocks, his Defogger, the Skarmory, and I put rocks up so late when I probably could have put them back up earlier for momentum against the Snorlax, which just really, he made plays that just made me doubt myself, pretty much, you know, we could say. That's why I'm assuming, I don't want to be an ass, but I'm assuming maybe that's why the game was so close, because he just made plays that I just would never expect. Like the Dragon Dance Feraligatr, it's like, bro, you have one Dragon Dance up, can just easily run through my entire team, but he swaps. And that really caught me off guard. I did not understand that at all. As well as the Snorlax, it was leftovers, and it had like all offensive moves, and then Protect. So I didn't understand what his Snorlax play was, so I just didn't. And I know that his whole team building analysis video is up, but we had this match way before the team analysis video, so I don't even watch the team analysis video. I literally got in 2 hours ago. It's 4 a.m. as I'm recording this. I got in 2 hours ago at 2 a.m., so I'm exhausted, but so if I'm, you know, kind of losing my train of thought, I've been awake for 25 hours, but pretty much he's just made plays where it's maybe confused is what I'd say. And you know, when you're a battler and you get confused and you're like, all right, he may not do this, but he ends up doing this, and he may do this, but he doesn't do this. So it's like, you know, kind of like, why? But I guess maybe it's because I'm not too, you know, formidable in this format. So we'll see next week, but I am going to take the W here, though. I understand the misplays that I did, which I probably could have made this game a little bit less closer. You know, late game rocks really was not necessary. I could have just earthquaked, you know, but that Feraligatr was such a big threat to where I wanted to dwindle down the HP very quickly, and that's what I did. But that's going to be the game, though, with the 1-0 victory. Pittsburgh Pichus, we are now 1-0. 1-0. Shout out to us. PK's been talking all that good saying that we're an easy win. Nah, son. Nah. But that's going to be it, though. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Go check out PK's channel, as well as follow the Twitter. Shout out to my boy Imad, though, for the layout. As you can see, it's kind of a revamped Escavaliers layout with a Pichu format. And that's going to be it. So, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. Pittsburgh Pichu shirts will be out soon. It's just, I don't want to, you know, drop a shirt right after a previous shirt that I just did. So we're going to wait. And it's going to be it. I've rambled on enough. Goodbye.